Building a website is a big undertaking, so it's important to use the right tool for the job. And that's another reason that planning is so important. So you need to think about who's your website for, what do you want the site to do, and what's the best tool to use to make it. Now, I have before, and probably will again, built sites from scratch using Notepad like you're going to for your project. It's not something I do very often now, um, but certainly sometimes that's the right approach. Another tool that I sometimes use is an HTML editor. So this is Dreamweaver, which is a professional tool that integrates with other Adobe products. So if you're a graphic designer, you may well use this for some of your projects. Um, One of the nice things about an HTML editor is that it's WYSIWYG. So here I can see what the page actually looks like, and here I can see the code. And I can also look at the totally live view. So this is what the page looks like, and I can just type on it if I want to, and it'll change the code in the background. Or I can go fully into the code view, and it supports CSS and other things as well. So sometimes that's the right tool. So for a lot of my sites these days, however, I'm looking for something that's quick and easy. And with anything, you don't want to spend more time than you want to. So often I'm using other web tools because the demands of these sites are that they have more functionality. Appearance isn't as important. Um, and these are sites generally for me for nonprofit organizations, so I'm not going to spend a huge amount of time in development. So on my web server, I can go into the cPanel, if you remember we talked about that before, and then I can install a tool like WordPress, which is in fact what I'm doing, just with a click of a button. So here's the website that I built in WordPress. And so it can do a lot of things, like I can have various plugins for it for event registration or photo galleries or all kinds of stuff. So you say to yourself, so why do I need to learn HTML and CSS? Well, you still need it, and I use it all the time. So for example, the appearance of this site, this is a theme that I installed and searched for in WordPress, but it didn't have the look that I wanted, so I had to know how to change it. So you can see I can go in here and I can go into the theme editor, and here is my CSS. So I customized all of this to get the look that I wanted. And there have been other things that I've had to do to customize the appearance of this site. I also regularly use HTML and CSS when I'm just posting information to the site. So for example, here is a page. You can see here's a bunch of information. I just click on here and type it, right? But I've got other elements on this page. In this case, it's stuff from PayPal. And so I actually have to go in here and edit the HTML, and now you see I can see the code. So I have to know what all this means, and I have put the various code that I've gotten from um, PayPal into here, and actually it required quite a bit of knowledge of forms for me to just make sure that everything worked correctly. So you want to use the right tool to get the job done, but whatever you use, what you've learned in this course about HTML and CSS is going to be the foundation for everything you do.